Start with a prayer. Okay. Hello everyone. Welcome to my channel. You're watching Idle Jump It In. So, 1 second. Yeah. Now I'm sitting in the level. Now I can talk properly, like face to face. So we're gonna talk about why you should lock in for 40 days and declare a war against temptations, against lust, against vanity, against pride, and all the sins that are in this modern era that stop you from pursuing God and stop your best version that is there. So, anything you wanna, before I start, anything you have a goal or that you wanna achieve, you don't achieve by giving glory to yourself. You achieve that and more in life by being humble, by saying that there is more to learn, by acknowledging and by giving the glory to God, to your parents, to your priest, and to others. That's how you be humble. And that's how Christ was for us. He was an example of humbleness. He always gave glory to Father, not to himself. People, to a point, people were confused that who is he? How can this man call God his Father? And then on some extreme examples, he revealed himself. And others called him Son of God. He never said, I am Son of God, come worship me. He never said that. So if God can say that, right? Why can't we humble ourselves a bit? What's stopping us? We are not superhumans. We are sinners. We are born out of dust and we go into dust. What's genuinely stopping you to lock in? It's the girls, it's the food you eat, it's the media that you watch and fill up your mind. Either it's the relationship you have with your loved ones, or either it's your mind that is seeking dopamine but not purpose. Whatever it is. But this 40 days, you're going to declare a war against the enemy, against your body, against your desires, against principalities of darkness, where it's going to be like a fast, right? You're not going to eat your breakfast or your lunch. You're directly going to jump to the lunch. You're going to eat the first meal at 3 p.m., right? And the 3 p.m., it should be after your prayers or either after your deep work, right? Yes. So that's gonna be your first meal of the day, and you're gonna use zero to no social media. It's fine if you watch a little bit of YouTube. I watch a little bit of not having zero social media presence, talking to nobody. This 40 days, I request you to not talk to anybody except your parents or your siblings, or if you have a wife, or if you have children, except them. Talk to nobody until unless it's necessary, and have no idle conversations. Have nothing to do with them. Have nothing to do with them. And if others are talking, you must be serious enough to reject them. Because I still am. It's okay. There is no missing out than to follow, than to be serious about your future and the purpose and God that they've given us this time that is known as life, the lifetime. I've realized that Satan is very worldly. He's not at all spiritual. If he was, he would still be in heaven, right? So he is involved himself in politics and he's making new trends that will distract a lot of unbelievers, a lot of lukewarms, a lot of people who are not inside of church, a lot of people. He's making these trends again and again to distract us, to waste the most important thing, that is our time, to invest in wrong stuffs. And if those who are not wasting, he gives them vain. He comes to their mind and tells, you're very holy, people don't deserve you and stuff. So that's what happened to the Jews. They were great people. I have nothing but love towards them, right? I love my Jewish brothers and sisters, right? Even if they kill me, I love them. I love you all, right? But what happened to them is something that we should learn from. They were God's chosen people out of all the human beings. Then what happened to them? They, instead of being godlike, instead of being in a process where you've taken the responsibility. Okay, we are God's chosen people. And how is God's character? He is humble. He is always faithful. He always helps no matter what. And he always forgives, right? And even if people insult him, he never replies back because he's God and he's holy, right? They should have done that. Jews should have followed that. But what happened to them? Vanity ruined it all. So that's what happens. So the sins that you leave inside of you are the sins that conquer you, and they bring in thousand other worse sins. There's a parable Jesus talks about, or that it's in the chapter of Matthew, or it's in the book of Matthew, right? In which it's if a demon leaves your body and it comes back to devour. If it finds space or house, it brings out seven other deadlier spirits than him, and this person's situation gets worse than before. So the spiritual warfare, what I'm talking about, it's no joke. It's not a joke, and it's literally it's literally physical, right? So the times you've tried to log in, you've tried to do the things right. You have done things right for days, for months, but suddenly everything goes down the hill. Why? Have you ever thought about it? Many people give this names that your monkey brain is responsible for that. Your subconscious mind has many thoughts and it's responsible for that, and you gotta control it. But I've noticed the same thing. No matter what they tell you, that your subconscious mind, you gotta program it, you gotta do this, you gotta do that, you always fall for some or other thing. You either fall for pride, or either you fall for the lust of the flesh of the body, or either you fall for envy if you're doing it too much. No matter what, you do fall for something. Either you fall for jealousy, either you fall for envy and wrath. You do fall for something. So self-righteousness is not the way. It's definitely not the way, thinking that you're right and not going to the history that many people who have done it, right? For me, for a biggest example, are the saints who have done it before you, right? And for an example, if I want to be a boxer, I would go and see who are the best boxers. I would see their fights, I would learn from them, right? The same way, if you want to be a good human, you go to the best humans. For me, that are the saints. That is God Himself who came on earth in flesh, right? Jesus, right? And that's how you learn to become a human first. In modern world, many I've seen many reels that says, if God breaks my heart again, it's over, and I want no more character development. All these comments, because they've experienced heartbreak in their life, right? And they think it's over. Oh, I don't want to experience any more love because they've given up on it. But I genuinely think that God breaks your heart to remake it, to restitch it, because this world makes our heart so cold. It makes it so, I should say, corrupted, that God has to break our heart in order to make it more lovable, to make it love worthy, to make it patientful. Yes, to make it genuine. Because this world and the games and all the things we've been through, right, makes it really cold, makes our heart, our mind, our whole being, right? It corrupts us. So that's why we say we are fallen beings because of Adam and Eve, right? And it is indeed true. We do inherit the fallen nature, that is death and corruption, right? But again, there is something known as self responsibility, and that is what I call self improvement, right? So, in which you have the choice to change whatever you want in your life, but you are choosing to listen to these voices, to these demons. For an example, a saint told, temptations are like birds over your head, right? You can either choose to let them build nests on your head, or either just let them go, right? As they come. The problem with us, with our generation, is we take them too seriously. We don't know how to deal because we've not been taught how to deal with them. And we go to self glory. We go to the deep path, that void of self improvement that leaves us with hatred, with self hatred, and there is no end to that. You keep on going. You never find peace, you will never find anyone, you will be lonely. That's what it is. I am grateful for I found God, for the Lord is with me, and He is my shepherd, and He is my peace. I wish that we all understand what I mean by that. The Lord is my shepherd, and He is my peace. So there is something more than us in this life. That is your purpose that you've been sent on earth for, right? And I believe you can either believe that everything is a coincidence that happened in your life, or either you can believe everything has its purpose in your life. There are two sides of the sides, and there is nothing in the middle, right? Many atheists and many other religions, people believe that it's all a coincidence and we've all been created. It's not. It's nothing natural. Life is very random and stuff. I believe not. I'm on the right side of the thing. I believe everything has a purpose, each and every small thing, small details of your life, and you've been sent here for a purpose. You just need to figure that out, because that I don't believe in anything that takes power away from me and the faith, right? I don't believe that demons have power over us. I don't believe in these temptations. I believe that God has handled everything, and God is our creator. So we are like Him. Anything I say, that is God's message too. Again, it's my own doctrine, what I think. But again, the ultimate purpose of it, that comes from God, that is the mind I have, that's been programmed by God. All of us, not even you, not even the Versatis, all of our minds, we were made in the image of God. But we got corrupted because of the world, and the world is broken, right? So yeah, so this 40 days, I want you all to become that image of God that God has made us to be. In these 40 days, I want you to fast till 3 p.m. I want you to watch no social media, have no idle conversations, and read the Bible, pray a lot of times in a day. Keep reminding yourself that you are an image of God, that you're pursuing a holy life. And fifth, most importantly, start having physical work. It could be walking 5 times a day. It could be like a small 10 minutes walk that improves your health in long term. Not just the gym, but a lot of other things as well. Because I personally suffered a lot when I just did gym, and when I fell sick last year, I didn't do any gym, and that costed me a lot of my gains and my health. Now I'm health conscious and I'm focusing on health most importantly. Yes. So have physical activity, and in those physical activity, remind yourself that you're doing it for him and him alone, because he says that your body is a temple. So that means he does value it. So that means you do get the grace of the Holy Spirit in you when you're baptized and stuff, right? So that means your body is supposed to be holy. It is supposed to be a temple. In the Old Testament, there was altars that were lit with the fire, and God commanded that the fire should always be lit. The same way, our body is the temple, is an altar, and fire is the prayers. And that should always be in our mouth all the time, during your workouts, during your sleep, during your day-to-day work, during everything, right? Anything you do, God should be on your mouth, on your mind, and in your mouth. His praises should always be there. Sorry, that's how we improve, right? That's how you remember God. That's how you program your mind. That's how you become an image of God. Because if we don't keep ourselves close to God, we are gonna automatically gonna go close to the devil. It's how the world is right now. If you don't pray, if you don't have the protection, which I call defense, right? I'm a football fan, so I have created this thing: defense, attack, and passings. Passing is your mental health work, and attack is your physical work, is the thing you're doing. Maybe it could be any physical work, right? It could be even working on your day-to-day work. It could be going to colleges and universities, or working on your job, or anything like that, on your business. And defense, it's your spiritual, it's you journaling, it's you protecting these layers, so you can match these three and be a holy human being. Spirituality protects you, mental health drives you, physical worth pushes you. So these three aspects, these three pillars are very important in our lives to become the best version of ourselves, to become an image of God. Yes, that's all for today's video. I want you all to lock in for 40 days. I want no one to break any of these rules. That's it.